What's up, everybody? Welcome to Nightcast, where you, the subscribers, send us your scary and or supernatural stories and we read them. Tonight, we got a crazy story for you guys of a cop that was allegedly abducted by aliens. So on a Thursday night in March of 2006 in Argentina, in a province called La Pampa, a police corporal requested for backup from his base over the radio. He sounded shaken, and before losing contact, he managed to say that there was something strange in the area and that he was going to investigate. He was at a place known as Cruce de las Cañas, a rural area about 20 kilometers south of the city of General Pico. When additional officers arrived at the scene, Police Corporal Pucheta was nowhere to be found. There was, however, on the ground his service handgun, a radio, a cell phone, a motorcycle helmet, and the motorcycle Pucheta was using for his patrols. A search team was quickly deployed to look for him, and when investigating the area of the corporal's disappearance, they discovered footprints and realized that they traveled in a southbound direction. As they followed the footprints, they realized that they started to grow farther and farther apart from each other, a clear indication that Pucheta had started running. They followed this clue for between 1,000 to 1,500 meters until, strangely, the footprints all of a sudden disappeared. The police looked for more clues, but they couldn't find any. It seemed as though the police corporal had just simply vanished. The next day at 4 p.m., however, after an 18-hour-long search, the police corporal was found on the side of a road by a local farmer, 20 kilometers away from the area of his initial disappearance. The farmer alerted authorities, and when they arrived at the scene, the police corporal was curled up in the fetal position. The chief detective in charge of the search team, Roberto Ayala, said that Pucheta appeared to be in a state of severe emotional shock and that he was unresponsive at first. Pucheta was taken to a local hospital, and after he calmed down a bit, he told his co-workers a terrifying account of what had happened to him. He said that when he got to the location that he went to investigate, he bumped into two strange humanoid beings with glowing red eyes. He said that one of the beings spoke to him telepathically and ordered him to disarm his weapon and disable his radio and cell phone. Pucheta said that he got scared and tried to make a run for it. He ran as fast as he could, but he said that the strange thing was that as he started to run, he started feeling like he was floating. Another thing that he observed was that there was a circular mark in the terrain near him, as if a circular object had landed there and crushed plants and dirt. The police corporal said that that was all he remembered before finding himself on the side of the road. Even more terrifying is that after this event, Pucheta went at therapy similar to hypnotic regression, where he recalled that he was indeed abducted by these beings. He recalled that a bright light appeared in the sky and that he was levitated up to it. He then recalled finding himself in a place with luminous walls where he was placed on a table or bed. Unfortunately for Police Corporal Sergio Pucheta, he was let go after this whole incident. Interestingly enough, from what I've read, this hasn't been the only case linked to flying saucers in the area. There have been reports of strange lights in the sky and mutilation of cattle. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this police corporal was really abducted by aliens?
I think that the whole incident's pretty weird, and I like how at the end he actually underwent hypnosis to remember the events that happened to him. Because I have heard in a lot of these abduction cases is that a lot of these victims don't quite remember all the details, and apparently he does now because of hypnosis.
And this was a story that came out in the Argentinian news, and I translated it into English.
I've never heard of aliens that had red eyes.
I know.
I found that kind of...
And I also think it makes this story more credible that this dude was a police officer. I mean, a cop wouldn't want to make up something crazy like this and risk losing his job, which did happen to the guy. He did lose his job.
Yeah, and it's crazy because police officers are trained to remember things under a lot of stress, which I'm sure he was very scared.
And I'm sure he knew that his job was probably going to be on the line with making something up, fabricating a story like this, and really he had everything in the world to lose saying something like this, and unfortunately for him he didn't have a good outcome with apparently telling the truth.
Or getting abducted.
Well, that's it for tonight. Let us know what you think about this story in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time.